understand it's our favorite day, Freestyle Friday, eh?
Drop. Hey, look, the show's safe for lux. You can bet I don't care who it gets. I'm why every Friday the ratings up. But I don't make enough. Give me some pay, cause y'all could get him a ghostwriter with a stylist. You wouldn't even rip the runway. Baby mama and big mama's a full house. Resident like the president. You don't know when to pull out. It's all about how polished you get. We don't care if you thirsty. Swallow your spit. You probably thought this was the right idea. We hit the light switch. Hype shift. This is where it looked like the fight fix. Tight fist. Beat you with the hand that I write with. Punch lines to remind Rodney King of the nightsticks.
So summertime was one of the greatest times of my life as a youngster. My brother Eric and I would always go swimming. And there was this small lake near our house. But in all actuality, I think you would probably call it more of a pond than a lake. It really was no deeper than 15 feet, and at times the water would evaporate, and it would be as little as 8 feet of water there. Now, we have been swimming there every summer up until my 15th birthday. And I will absolutely never forget what happened this particular day because it happened the day after my 15th birthday. E-Money is what my brother forced me to call him in those days. And for the record, my brother swore to God he was a battle rapper from Harlem, even though he and I were two white boys from Plano, Texas. And man, was he funny back in those days. I still remember his favorite battle rapper was this guy named Loaded Lux. He would watch this BET rap battle every day and just drive me and my mother completely insane. And the craziest thing of it all is, nobody else in my family even listens to rap music but E-Money. We get up in the morning, he's practicing his battle rhymes in the mirror. We go downstairs, we get breakfast, and he's rapping at the table. We watch some TV, he's got the pre-recorded rap battle. E-Money is rapping all around the house, driving me and my mother up a wall. So Mom gets tired of hearing his noise, and she's the one that suggested that we go for a swim in the pond. Now, I need you to picture this. 2 teenage white boys walking through the woods, heading for the pond. My brother, who to this day is still the most eccentric personality that I know, is straight up performing a rap concert as we walk in. He's holding a stick in his hand like it's a microphone. His left hand is in the air. His knees are bent. He's dancing. The whole 9 yards. My brother was off the freaking chain. And as for me, I'm walking next to him and I'm dying laughing because this dude is short a few screws. Now, the walk to the pond from the house is about 10 to 12 minutes. And when we get there, he takes off his shirt, jumps straight into the water, shoes, and everything's still on. Now he's splashing around in the water and reciting rhymes. And me, I'm standing there watching him as I go through the process of taking off my shirt, taking off my shoes, taking off my socks. And then a few minutes later, we're both in this murky pond, having the time of our lives. Eric is standing right in front of me, reciting his latest battle rhyme. I would say that the water is right about up to our chest level. And that is when I feel something brush up against my leg. Now, this has happened before, and I'm not tripping. It's a pond. We know for a fact that there are fish in this pond. I assumed that this object brushing against my leg was a fish, and I let it go. But a few minutes later, right while he was in the middle of one of his rhymes, he stops and looks down into the water. My brother's eyes open up to the size of 2 potatoes. Then he says, "Something just grabbed me, bro." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Bro, something just grabbed my freaking leg." Next thing you know, Eric is gone, straight up moving towards land. He was moving so fast that I barely even had an opportunity to react. Now I'm getting scared and it's time for me to go. As I step, moving my right leg forward under the water, something grabs my leg. Now, I know what a hand feels like. I felt the fingers, I felt the thumb, I felt the palm pad of the hand gripping my right leg, right at my ankle. And this wasn't some huge, monstrous hand, but what I can describe to you about how it felt was that it was rough and coarse. It's almost like someone had slipped their hands into a glove made of sandpaper. This grip was tight and it was strong enough to hold on to my right leg for about 15 seconds as I jerked and pulled trying to get away. Then I felt it let go and I sprinted through the water to dry land. For the next few minutes, my brother and I stood there staring out into the pond. It had ripples across the water from our recent departure, and that's when we see on the far side of the pond a freaking arm come out of the water, almost as if someone or something was swimming. You know how it has that upward and then downward motion as someone is stroking through the water? Then it goes under the surface and disappears. My brother and I kind of glanced at each other, and I mouthed, "What the was that?" And we stood there for a few more minutes as the water became calm, but nothing else happened. Now, I can tell you, that walk home was the quietest that I've ever heard my brother, even to this very day. And when we got home, we didn't tell mom or dad. Honestly, we never really even talked about it again. But it's a story that I wanted to share with you